Hey everyone, my name is Katarina and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Today we'll go through a very gentle, soothing flow, very soft one, which is perfect if you're winding down for the evening, getting ready to go to bed, or just otherwise wanting to relax. So a very soft practice today. If you have a bolster, it's great, but you can also use a sofa cushion or a pillow or anything sort of soft that you can lean on, and yeah, it will be very nice for this practice. So if you'd like that, you can maybe pause the video for just a second, grab a cushion or a pillow or whatever, and then come back to the practice. We'll start on all fours, hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Just going through a few rounds of cat-cow, so lifting through the chest and the sitting bones as you inhale. And then as you exhale, start to draw in, chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale, open, lengthen, lift up, and exhale. And you can gently push the mat away as you round the spine. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. We'll do one more round. So lift up through the chin, drop the heart low, and exhale, round the spine. We then find a neutral spine, both hands still under the shoulders. We're going to inhale, reach the right arm up, opening the chest towards the left, and then as we exhale, thread the needle, the right shoulder comes onto the mat. You can relax the shoulder and the head onto the mat. Maybe reach the left arm all the way overhead if you like. And keep breathing. Just a gentle twist for the spine. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, you can start to come back onto the hands and knees. Good. We then inhale, reach the left arm up. And then exhale, thread the needle on this side. So the left shoulder comes onto the mat. The head can rest there as well. And you can reach the right arm over if that feels nice. Alternatively, you can just keep the right hand sort of in front of the face where it was as you came down. Gentle twist. Keep breathing. One more inhale. And then exhale, we push back onto hands and knees. Find a neutral spine. From here, we tuck the toes under and lift the hips up into a downward facing dog. You can make it quite lazy, maybe bending one knee at a time, finding a bit of length in the backs of the legs, in the spine. Try to see if you can lift the sitting bones a little bit higher. Nice stretch for the spine. Maybe finding a bit of small movement in the knees, so bending one at a time. And then as you do that, you can start to slowly walk the feet towards the top of the mat. One at a time, stepping small steps. We end up in a forward fold. Lengthen, inhale, looking forward, exhale, fold over the legs. Then come all the way up to standing, bring your arms all the way overhead, extended mountain pose. And then as we exhale, we release into a forward fold, soften through the knees. Good. Lengthen, inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold over the legs. Come back up, inhale, arms come overhead. Doing the same thing again, so release all the way down, soften through the knees. Exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold over. We'll do that once more. So coming all the way up to standing, extended mountain pose. And then release down into a forward fold. Lengthen, inhale. And then exhale, the hands come down. We step into a plank pose. You can bring your knees down and then lower the whole body onto the mat. Coming into a cobra, inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, come back down. We'll do that twice more. Inhale. And exhale, return onto your stomach. One more time. Inhale, pull back through the shoulders. And exhale. We then push back onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under and come into a downward facing dog again. Taking a full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. We then reach the right leg up behind us as we inhale. And then as you exhale, start to draw the knee towards the chest and step the right foot forward. The left knee comes onto the mat. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. We lift up through the arms. Inhale, bringing your whole body weight over the hips. Allow them to sink down gently. Finding a stretch in the hip flexor. Keep breathing. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, bring your hands back onto the mat. We tuck the left toes under and swing the right leg up into a three-legged dog. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we bring it back down. Now coming into a pigeon pose. The right knee towards the right wrist. And we start to move the left leg back and the hips down. Now if you have a cushion or a pillow or the bolster, you can start to bring it under your stomach, under your chest, and maybe start to fold over it. So we start to find a bit of softness here. And we'll stay here for a few breaths so that you can start to really release through the hips. Taking deep breaths, deep soothing breaths. You can rest your head down. If you have something to lean on, just finding as much softness here as you can. Take 3 more deep breaths. See if with every exhale you can drop the right side of the hip, the right glute a little bit closer to the mat. Lengthening through the left hip flexor. One final breath. And then exhale out. We start to come back up onto the hands. You can move the cushion away for a moment. Tuck the left toes under and come back into a downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath here. Exhale. Then we reach the left leg up as we inhale. And as you exhale, step it into a low lunge. Towards the top of the mat, right knee comes down. Reach forward through the chest as you inhale. Exhale. Then coming up all the way, reach up through the arms, sink the hips a little bit lower. Taking a deep breath here. Final inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands back down. We tuck the right toes under and swing the left leg up as we inhale. And then as you exhale, come into a pigeon. So left knee towards left wrist, right leg starts to slide back, the hips come towards the mat. You can grab the bolster again or the cushion, bringing it close to the tummy, and then finding a comfortable way to lean on it. So maybe coming onto the forearms and then start to release. Maybe resting your head on the cushion as you take deep, soothing breaths. Creating more space, more release in the hips as you breathe here. Take 3 more breaths. Releasing a little bit more with every exhale. Then we come back onto the hands. This time we'll simply swing the right leg forward. And now you can still keep the cushion or the bolster in front of you. We'll straighten both legs out. You can either keep a micro bend in the knees or keep them completely straight. And then we'll find a forward fold here. So you can either tuck the bolster right under the tummy and keep it on the legs, or drop it between them and then just find a forward fold here. And then adjusting with how flexible you're feeling in the hamstrings today. So if you're feeling a little bit tight, it might be nice to find the support here at the bottom of the stomach already. If you're feeling quite flexible, you can move the bolster forward and just maybe rest your head on it. See what feels best. We'll take 3 more deep breaths here. Then rolling the spine back up into a seat. You can now move the bolster aside. You won't need it. And then you can bend the knees and bring the feet onto the mat. Reach the arms forward and slowly lower your spine all the way onto the mat. Good. From here, we'll hug the knees into the chest. You can gently sway from side to side. And then finding a happy baby pose, we'll either grab the ankles or the outside edges of the feet, or maybe the big toes. And then guiding the knees towards the armpits as you gently pull the legs towards you. And at the same time, see if you can ground down the lower back, creating a really long spine. See if you can find softness here through some deep breaths. Take 1 more full breath. And then as you exhale, release that grip of the feet. We'll release the left leg all the way onto the mat and hug the right knee in towards the chest. We'll then drop the right knee over to the left side, coming into a spinal twist. Opening the right arm towards the right. You can even turn your gaze towards the right. Moving the right knee as close to the floor as feels good. And same with the right shoulder, releasing it as low as feels good. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to come back to center. We'll switch legs. So now we hug the left knee into the chest, right leg can straighten out. And then as we exhale, we drop that left knee over to the right side. And the left arm can open to the left. Releasing towards the mat, starting to melt down and find softness through the whole body. Take an inhale and then exhale out. Start to turn back onto your back. We release the left leg onto the mat as well, finding Shavasana. So our final resting pose, where you can bring your legs and your arms to rest heavy on the mat. Releasing and softening. See if you can let go of all engagement, all tension in the body, and just soften. Feeling a groundedness throughout your body as you feel your body heavy on the mat. With every exhale, you release a little bit more, softening a little bit more. Checking with the muscles of the face as well. Make sure you're not clenching the jaw. Check with all the muscles around the eyebrows and the eyes. And make sure they're all soft. Your shoulders are melting down. I'll take 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. You can then start to bend the knees again. Maybe first planting the feet on the mat. And then we'll hug them in towards the chest. Gentle, slow movement. You can sway from side to side gently. And then we fall onto one side. And from there, in your own rhythm, you can start to find your way back up. Back up into a seat, maybe sitting cross-legged or in another position. You can still keep your eyes softly closed. Sitting in stillness, still keeping that softness throughout the body. We then bring our hands to heart center. Taking one more big inhale through the nose. And then open the mouth, exhale out. And then softly open the eyes and bow your head towards the hands. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you feel relaxed and ready to rest. If you enjoyed this video and if you'd like to do more yoga with me, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like and a comment. I really love reading the comments and hearing what you think of the flows. I hope I see you here next week as well, and wishing you a lovely day or a lovely evening, perhaps a good night. Thanks so much.